Hey, what's up, you guys? Alex here. I want to talk about opt-in secrets. This is going to be a really informative webinar. I'm glad to see everyone here joining us today. And this is going to be a really meaty topic. Now, opt-in secrets really covers the lead magnet. And if you haven't heard that term before, a lead magnet is an irresistible bribe offering a specific chunk of value to his prospect in exchange for their contact info. We're going to get into exactly what that looks like, but I wanted to show you why it's important. Here's the sales mountain. You may have seen something like this before, where it goes from lead gen up to appointment setting, etc. But it all starts with the lead magnet. So it is really, really important that your lead magnet has been dialed in and tested, because without getting them into the lead generation part of the sales mountain, you don't have an opportunity to start earning their business. So now, what is a lead magnet? An example would be a free report, a checklist, etc. I'm going to actually show you some examples of lead magnets that I have seen work, and I'm going to show you how well they've worked for me and my clients. I've actually got a grading system. Now, what makes a great lead magnet? In a single word, specificity. And what I mean by that is lead magnets, the ones that work the best, the ones that we have found to be the most effective, are the ones that are very specific. They do not have to be lengthy, complex, or time-intensive to create. In fact, a lead magnet that you create that is difficult to digest or takes time for the person that got it, if it takes time for them to implement it well, it'll actually convert poorly compared to a simple lead magnet that follows this formula. You want to solve a specific problem with a specific solution for a specific segment of your market. Like I said, I'm going to give you some examples, but in my experience, anything that takes the prospect longer than 5 minutes to digest, the effectiveness starts to decrease pretty dramatically after that 5 minutes. Because again, they have to actually read the thing or listen to it or watch the video for them to get any value out of the lead magnet that you have created for them. Which means that if they download it and then they don't read it, you haven't actually accomplished what you set out to do. You haven't created a relationship yet. You've just got their contact information. They don't see the value in what you bring unless they read the thing or watch your video, etc. Now, your lead magnet must be consumed. It will offer value within 5 minutes of them opting in. So let's dive into my examples. Again, I want you to note, just because a lead magnet did or did not work for me does not mean you will have the same success. I want to encourage you to be creative. Use your imagination to come up with something that your market is hungry for. The first example or first idea I have for a lead magnet is a report. These are working really, really well, and they're very easy to create because you can find a lot of this information and data in news reports and the magazines that your people read, and then you put it in something and give your 2 cents on either why you think these trends are happening or what actions to take now that you're seeing this data. And it has, we have seen a really, really good response. So some examples of a report would be a market report, a trends report, or a breaking news report. These are great. They continue to work, and they're very easy to put together. So I highly recommend using a report as a good lead magnet. Let's go to number 2, a checklist. Some examples: checklist before going on a vacation, a checklist for creating a system in your business, a dietary checklist. Again, these are very easy to create because you probably already have this written down. If I was going to ask you for a checklist on what you do in the morning, for example, or what you do before starting a sales call, or what you do when you execute one of the things that your clients pay you to do, you could probably whip that out. You could verbalize it to me in 5 minutes or less. A checklist just puts that down on paper, make it look pretty, and then offer that as a lead magnet. A checklist is a great thing because it's easy for your audience to actually implement what it is that you're showing them. Let's go to number 4 here. And this is one of my personal, so a worksheet. This is one of my personal favorites because I'm the kind of guy, I like to just start taking action, right? So the worksheet is cool. One of my favorites is a killer blog post worksheet. We did that and it blew the socks off of us. I mean, we were amazed at how many people wanted it and how many people shared it to their audience, which was awesome. We've created a design your own workout worksheet, which has worked really good, and then grade your marketing efforts worksheet. And so that was we had our the people that opted in, they grabbed this and then they would grade themselves on a scale of 1 to 10 at how well they're doing on their own marketing efforts. So that worked really good, and it was really easy because they could download it, print it off real fast, and race through the worksheet, and then go, wow, I'm based on my own grade, I can see that I need the branding group. You want your audience to do the same thing. They run through this worksheet and go, wow, either that was really helpful to me and I'm so glad that I got this, or it'll be a grading kind of worksheet and they'll go, wow, now that I've done this, I realize that I really need you to help me out. A cheat sheet. So again, this is similar to a checklist, but the word cheat sheet we found attracts a different type of audience. So feel free to intersperse between both and see what works best for you. Here's some examples of what we've created: a photo shoot cheat sheet, a Facebook ad strategy cheat sheet, and a business coach cheat sheet. So like what to look for in a business coach. These are things that we've created and sent out. They've done well for us, and they're easy to create. A copy and paste template. Again, these were graded on great because they continue to perform really, really well. And it's not just that people want them. People actually implemented them, saw great value, and it turned into some really cool stuff for us. So here's some examples for copy and paste templates that we've used. Best Facebook statuses for real estate agents, copy and paste emails to set appointments, and copy and paste direct mail letters. Really powerful stuff, you guys. If they can just download a Word document, copy and paste it, and see that what you are teaching them is working, you have put yourself in a position to win. Another lead magnet that works, an ebook. Now, I want to let you know that your ebook should not be something that's like, more than, say, 30 pages or so. An ebook does not have to be the same length as a regular book. But anyway, here's some ideas, examples: 21 ways to kickstart your metabolism, 11 marketing ideas for gyms, 17 productivity hacks. These types of ebooks are longer than a simple guide, but they give a lot of value and they're easy to read through. So these have worked really, really well for us. And again, the lead magnet is setting you up for more business in the future. So that's what we want them to do. We want them to be able to read through this and go, wow, this is really good stuff here. This is a really good ebook. And I see how, in this case, for me, since I would write it, I see how Alex addresses, for the gym idea, that's one that we created. I see how Alex looks at these marketing ideas for me and my business as a gym owner, and I don't know how to execute some of this stuff. So I'm going to reach out to Alex because I need his help executing on some of these ideas. They set me up. The ebook sets me up to get business. A webinar. You guys, this is continuing to work really, really well for us. A webinar is something where they can devote a little bit more time, but you have to just be clear on how much time you are asking them to set aside for you. Some examples of some webinars that we've done that have worked really well. Free sales training webinar. We see these. We helped our client Eric Lawholm set some of these up. Meal Planning 101 is a free webinar with tips on how to set up your meal plans for the month. And then a What is Life Insurance FAQ webinar. We set up that evergreen or auto webinar for our client, and that has helped him close a lot of policies. These short webinars are things that people can watch either at a designated time, or if you set it up to be an evergreen, meaning they can watch it whenever, now you're giving them an opportunity to dive in and watch the content, learn from you, at a time that works for them. So these are continuing to work well. You see me do them on a regular basis because honestly, we have found that webinars bring in, not only do they bring in a lot of leads, but the leads that actually watch the webinar are hot leads for us. So we continue to run webinars. Get creative about it. Think of an idea for a webinar for something that you can teach in 20 to 45 minutes. And then again, let them know how long that webinar is. It's important that you don't, if it's going to be 45 minutes, that's fine. Just tell them this is a 45-minute webinar. The right person will want to stick through it and watch it. So don't be afraid to put out some lengthy content. Another lead magnet that works really well is a tangible gift. We've done these before. You'll see us do them again in just a few weeks here. An example would be sending people a paperback book. We've done that multiple times. Sending a DVD with training or a flash drive, sending a free cookbook, and then sending swag related to your brand. So one of the things that I did that really filled up my database is I noticed that my social media audience was growing, but my email list was not. And so what I did was I offered people a free rubber bracelet that had "Stay Humble, Hustle Hard" on it. And I got a few hundred people saying, "Hey, Alex, I've been following you. I would love the swag." And it got people from watching me to actually jumping into my database with their physical address. And then I delivered on the promise. I sent them all my Stay Humble, Hustle Hard rubber bracelet. It didn't cost me a lot of money, but they really appreciated getting the physical mail, the lumpy mail as I call it. And it was the start of a lot of really cool business relationships. Another idea that we've seen work really well is a coupon. Some examples would be like a buy one, get one free, a $21 voucher for a chiropractic appointment. That discount has worked so well for us with the chiropractors that we work with. And then 90% off of any training coupon. So if you offer training or coaching or tutoring, putting out a coupon for the very first appointment could be a great way for you to get that relationship started. So I highly recommend trying some of these things out. If these are speaking to you, I want you to write them down so that you are able to take action after the fact. Gift card. You've seen me do these. The giveaway funnels, we're famous for them. We run them all over America for our clients. Some examples of gift cards that work really, really well. I'll give you our 3 tops that we've seen work. Like I said, we probably run at last count, I think we're at 225 of these. We've done a lot just this year. So the examples of ones that have worked really well: an Amazon gift card, a date night package with dinner and a movie, free flowers. These have all worked really well. So I highly recommend, again, and we only give away one. So they would opt in for a chance to win that single gift card. It works really good because people want to win free stuff, especially on social media. They're on there scrolling through. Your ad pops up with an opportunity to win a free gift. It's a great way to get them to opt into your database for a chance to win that prize. And then just follow through on the prize, let people know who won. Brings believability in for the next one. Another idea for a lead magnet, a free service. So we've done this before, free logo design. We did that in the past. That works really good. Free meal plan, free headshot. So our photographers, these are contests. Not every single person that opts in is going to get the free logo or headshot or meal plan. But it's a way for you to get people to raise their hand and say, yes, I want that. So for example, for our photographer client, she was giving away a free headshot. They had to enter in with their name, email, phone number, and the day that they last had a headshot. And she got about 50 people to opt in. She chose one to win, but guess what? All 49 of the other entries were great leads for her to sell a headshot service to. So she didn't close them all, but it set her up to sell these headshots because people were raising their hand and saying, Shelly, I want a headshot. They wanted to win, but she was able to convince quite a few of them to pay her for the service. So this is a really good way for you to get your audience to raise their hand and say, yes, I want that. Some of them will just want it for free, and that's fine. But if you make them a good offer after they've raised their hand and said, yes, I want this, then you know that you're reaching out to a hot audience. A free coaching call. These are, one of the things that my sales coach, Eric Laughlin, says is to create a business skyhook. And what he's referring to when he says that is the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. famous basketball player. He was a 7-foot tall center. He was already hard to block, right? But he would just camp out in the post underneath the basket. His teammates would pass him the ball, and then he would make this move where he would kind of jump up, go back a little bit, and make a hook shot. It was almost an unblockable shot, and he was known that to do that on a regular basis. It was a very high percentage shot for him. And so Eric Lofholm says, develop your business skyhook. Well, for us, our business skyhook at the Branding Group is a free strategy session. If we can get on the phone with a client and give a free strategy session, give some ideas, learn more about their business, we're able to close a lot of business that way. And so this free coaching call works really good. Now, the volume of people that opt in for this is low, but you get hot leads from this. These free coaching calls work great. Now, it's not just a strategy session. One of the other things that we've done that you may want to consider as well is a pitch me call. In other words, let's set up a time for us to talk, and I want you to sell me on a service that I should buy from you. So this puts you in the listener position. It puts them in the salesperson or power position, and it gets you both on the phone so that you can learn about what they do. Now, I've bought things from people who have actually gone on a pitch me call. It's worked well. And I've sold a lot of stuff. So it just puts the two of you on a call. Sometimes the call is going to end and neither one of you want to take action and make a sale. That's fine. Or I'm sorry, not make a sale, but because both of you want to make a sale. But neither one of you want to buy. And that's fine. But the key is you get on the call, you get on the phone with a potential prospect. So those are fun. Setting an appointment to discuss needs. This is a little bit different than a free coaching call because now what you're doing is saying, look, let's set an appointment. Let's meet, right? So some examples of that would be like a free doctor visit, a free consultation, a coffee appointment to show a business opportunity. I mean, you're saying, let's get out of our office. Let's meet at another location, and let's sit down and talk about it. Again, low volume, but these are really hot leads. So this is another lead magnet idea. You can throw this out there and see how your audience responds, see how your email list responds. A low dollar offer. I've been asked about this so many times. Alex, should I create a low dollar offer, a low cost ebook for my audience? And the answer is you can, but you'd get a lot more out of your ebook if you just gave it away for free. So if your audience has to pay to claim the offer, now again, there are some people that if you put out something really good, they will buy it from you. But if I create an ebook, like I just wrote one called the 37 Tips for Your First Successful Webinar, if I sold that for like $7, I might move, a few dozen copies. But if I give it away, I'm going to move a few hundred. And so I would much rather have a few hundred people grab my ebook and then have that be an opportunity to earn more business than just sell a couple dozen of a $7 ebook. I would make more money if I gave it away, right? You see how that works? So a low dollar offer, not great. However, if you have a low dollar offer and you're like, man, I really want to do this, then please, these are just my results. These are what I'm seeing. Feel free to run with it. And another idea for a lead magnet would be a live event. Now, this is really fun. I've done this a lot, and it's been great for me. It's just expensive to put on, but a free ticket to a live Facebook workshop. I did this, and you guys, I would run these free events, these free trainings at my office, and I would just fill the room with potential clients. It was amazing. Free pass to a boot camp. These are good for if you have a gym. Free ticket to an intensive training. I've seen people do this before, specifically around like business coaching and things like that. They would have a free ticket to intensive training around a certain topic, like organization. And at the end of it, they would make an offer to work with you one-to-one. Worked really well. It worked well for getting people that are hot clients. You just won't get a high volume. So, if you were to do that same training as a webinar, you'd probably get anywhere from 5 to 10 times the response over a live event, just because the live event requires you to get out of your office, go to a physical location, and devote yourself for that amount of time. So it's totally up to you. Try both, see what converts better for you. Now, before you get started on your own, that's all of my ideas. Before you get started on your own lead magnet, I have created an 8-point checklist for you so that you can make sure your lead magnet is optimized and ready to go. So what I want to do, I've given you 14 ideas. I hope you wrote a few of them down that inspired you. And now I want to give you an 8-point checklist so that you can make sure your lead magnet is optimized and ready to go. So once you've written down your idea, let's walk through this together. Number 1, ultra specific. A lead magnet should never be vague. They must offer an ultra-specific solution to an ultra-specific market. Now, you remember how I said I offer free strategy sessions, and that works really, really well? Now, the reason why it works well is because I'm able to package it differently for a different audience. So when I offer a free strategy session, for example, to someone who runs a network marketing business, my free strategy session the pitch will be, I want to jump on a call with you and share how I believe you can get 3 more people in your downline before the end of the year. That's a very specific offer for a strategy session. That tells them exactly what I want to go over with them on the strategy call. So that helps a lot. Other ways that I've put out the strategy call would be, I want to go over your webinar with you, or I want to give you some ideas on some lead magnets that we can create, because I've done that in the past. And so the strategy call offer is wrapped in a very specific solution-based end. Does that make sense? I hope so. You don't want it to be vague. Now, you also want to make sure that your lead magnet has one big thing. Now, everyone wants a magic pill or a silver bullet. So it's better to make and deliver on one big promise as opposed to a lot of little ones. So, the examples that I gave would be like a 1-month meal plan. So when we created the 1-month meal plan for my client, we told them, we made this 1-month meal plan for you so that you can download it, circle the different items that you like, that look good to you, and then you can use this for your family. Well, the other benefits in that meal plan would be things like saving money on groceries and eating healthy. But those are we wanted to focus on the ease that we were giving the family, and not necessarily all the other benefits that come with it, because it would be too much to process. So we always focus on the one big benefit that you would get. Again, this is something that can be downloaded and consumed in 5 minutes or less. So we don't want to make a promise so big that people don't believe it. Like when I made the worksheet for the blog post, again, I focused on the ease. It's like, hey, you should be blogging. I made a worksheet so that you can do this quickly and easily. What I didn't tell them is that when you start blogging, you'll get better SEO. When you start blogging, you're educating your clients on how you can help them, right? I didn't go into all the other reasons why they should blog. I just said, here's a blog worksheet. You should be blogging. I made it so much easier with this worksheet. And that worked. I didn't want to give a whole bunch of different side benefits that they would experience as well. You want to speak to a known desired end result. So again, it's about being very clear. What are they going to get when they get this lead magnet? What is the end result? What is the experience? What is the deliverable? Now, what does your market really want? If you can figure that out and offer a lead magnet that promises it, prospects will gladly give you their contact information. I mean, you will be like one of the reasons why we were so successful with some of the things that we were doing is because the end result was very clear in our lead magnet. Like, for example, the webinars that we've done. We've been very clear about what they're going to get out of the training and what the deliverable or lesson that they will learn will be when they're done. So you want to make sure that you speak to a known and desired end result. If it's mushy, if it's cloudy, if they don't know what they're going to get out of it, they're not going to take action. You want to give them an immediate gratification. You want to avoid using newsletters and multi-day courses as a lead magnet. Your market wants a solution and they want it now. So don't make them delay to get it. Don't make it a multi-step thing where it's like, today you're going to get piece number 1. Tomorrow you're going to get piece number 2. Again, a lead magnet is only good for you if they actually digest it, consume it, and take action on it. Then they'll be able to see that that you're real, that you mean business, and that it worked for them. That moves them up the sales mountain. If they download it and then they get frustrated or they stop after taking step number one, they don't finish it so they can't see the results, then you haven't really moved yourself up the ladder in the sales mountain. It shifts the relationship. This is a big one, and most of the lead magnets that my clients create are already shifting the relationship. They're doing this without thinking about it. But the best lead magnets do more than just inform your audience. They actually change the state and mindset of your prospect so that they are pre-framed to engage in future business with your company. So what I mean by that is you want them to read the content, watch the webinar, try to enter into, win the prize, and you want them to start thinking about taking the next step. One of the reasons why the free service is so powerful, like giving a free headshot or a free logo design, is it gets them excited about winning the thing. And so if they don't win, in their mind, they were already kind of hoping that they would get it. And so now you set yourself up and say, hey, you didn't win, but I got you, right? Here's a discount on the service, or here's how you can actually get it. So you want the lead magnet to move the relationship. You also want it to have a high perceived value. Just because it's free doesn't mean it should look free. Use professional graphics and imagery to establish real monetary value in the mind of the customer. Now, one of the guys that I follow, he's brilliant, Neil Patel, he offers a course as a lead magnet on his blog. The $300 price tag raises the perceived value of the course. Now, Neil offers high-ticket consulting, and this course works well to generate the right type of leads for his business. And it fills his email database. Again, just because you make a checklist, like we're doing this right now for one of my clients. She made a checklist so that parents who are flying can go through this checklist to make sure that they're ready to go and that they've done everything they can to support their child on their first flight. Now, she sent it to me just as a Word doc. She just kind of spat out her ideas. What we are doing on our side is actually designing it, making it look beautiful, making a nice cover for it, because just because it is a free thing does not mean it should look like a cheap thing. We want it to look like it's a high value item. Now, it should also have a high actual value. If your lead magnet is all sizzle, it looks beautiful, and there's nothing to it, you may get their prospect information, their contact info, but you're going to lose their attention. Have you ever downloaded something and been completely disappointed? Have you ever bought a book and then been super bummed out that the book was lame? Have you ever been to a movie and walked out of the theater going, well, that was a waste of my time? You don't want your prospect to think the same thing about the thing that you just gave them. You want them to be excited about it, go, wow, this was awesome. If it's not, you've actually hurt the relationship that you have with your prospect. Last point, but this is so important, rapid consumption. You don't want your lead magnet to be a roadblock. So it should be consumed or experienced in fewer than 5 minutes. If the lead magnet is difficult to consume, like a 300-page book, which I downloaded once and never read it, or a 30-day email course, the conversion rates on that really suffer. And if they don't digest it, if they don't read it, if they don't take action on it, your relationship has not improved, even though you have their contact information. So that is the end of my opt-in secrets. Let's open it up for questions. How can I serve you? Bill asks, for the free service and gift card opt-ins, what is the opt-out rate after the contest or raffle ends? Great question, Bill. So the giveaway system works because people are opting in to win the free thing. After that, we've seen this typical standard unsubscribe rates, which are about 10 to 15%. So if you have 100 people opt in and then you let them know, hey, somebody else won, we expect 10 to 15 people to unsubscribe from your mailing list. However, there are the other ones that stay on, even though they didn't win. It's the law of reciprocity, right? They knew that somebody won. When you're real and authentic, they see that, and they are usually look at it and go, okay, I see that this person's legit. I'm excited for the next one. So, but that's a great question. What are the opt-out rates? Great question. So, if you have any more questions, please enter it into the chat, or you can unmute yourself and pipe in, and I will answer any questions you have.
What are I had a question.
Yeah, Chris, what's up, my man?
Um, so, how often do you include some sort of qualifying question or survey after they opt in to know if they're a hot lead or not?
Yeah, good question. So it really depends on what I'm giving away. So if it's a free gift card, then I always ask a qualifying question. If they're trying to win a free service, that in and of itself is a qualifier to me. If they're trying to win a free logo, they want a new logo. If they are downloading a checklist for how to blog better, most likely they're looking for blogging resources, right? So the lead magnet should guide them and guide you down the path of how you can help serve them. If I give away a free funnel, I know that the people that opt in for that free funnel want some funnels. And so now I'm able to go, hey, I saw you downloaded my free funnel. How can I help out? I have more resources. I have these, these classes that you can go to, etc. They've raised their hand and said, this is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So, what are you looking to create?
Me, myself, I don't really know. I'm just trying to get my ClickFunnels affiliate business off the ground.
Right on. I would recommend some free funnels for that, and then give them maybe some free training to help them actually implement the funnel that you've given them. And I think we've seen good success on that end.
Okay.
Right on. Chris, thanks for chiming in, my man. So, Bill, how you doing?
Great, Alex. Thanks. Is there a rule of thumb regarding how often the opt-in or lead magnet, I should say is the better word, the lead magnet should be changed or rotated?
Yeah, great question. So we try to change or rotate our promotions every 30 days. So we try to come out with something new every 30 days. We're about to release what we call the branding bundles, which is a whole bunch of free stuff that we've accumulated. And so we're going to see how that goes. But yeah, and then before we did webinars, we do different offers. So we try to go every 30 days. So because we don't want people to get confused, but we also want to keep putting out new and fresh content. So good question. So Kat Murray, I see you on the call. Do you have any questions that I can help you with? Feel free to chime in if you do. Bill, I saw you unmute yourself. Do you have another question?
I do. I'm curious what's going to be, kind of from a model perspective, what's going to be in the branding bundle?
Oh, yeah. So we have categories. So if you opt in for the branding bundles, you get access to everything. And we've categorized our stuff based on sales, marketing, business growth, and make money online. So the sales have some of our favorite books that we've gotten free copies of so that you can get them, and some free training on how to walk through like a sales presentation. Our marketing has some great resources that we've created and some of our other influencers and friends that are in our world have created that we're giving to you. Our business growth has books that I've gotten, and a lot of these books have never been released in digital form. So I'm very excited about that. We've gotten some licensing rights, and we have permission to release them. And then the Make Money Online, we have some courses from, again, some people that I have hired to coach me, and they have some free webinars and some free training that they're giving to our audience. So a lot of stuff that I'm really excited about. So if you opt in for the branding bundles, you're going to have access to, I think it's close to 30 different ebooks, courses, resources, and we've categorized them so it's easy for you to kind of see what you want and what's going to help you. But yeah, that's the branding bundle. So I'm really excited about that. So we've never done a giveaway this big before.
So are they going to choose one category, or are they going to be able to select multiple categories?
They'll be able to select them all. So if you opt into the branding bundles, you can just scroll through our library and see what you want. So, Kat, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I just took a bite. Sorry. All right.
No worries.
I'm really excited about all of this. I have a really good friend I'm going to barter with. I've given her a massive amount of career coaching, and she's a brilliant graphic designer, so she's going to help me with my logo. I have a couple of ebooks that I can give away. I'm thinking of doing ConvertKit.
Nice.
I have been the person on the fence to create an email because I understand. The idea is to choose either drip, constant contact.
Aweber. Aweber's a good one. Think I might have lost you, Kat.
Children and parents of gifted children who might need coaching. And it's a little bit of an oil change, right? So the oil change commercial was pay me now or pay me later. People saw the point that if you don't pay for the oil change, if you're like, I can't afford an oil change, then, you have to buy the whole new engine. And that is how some gifted kids are, that they need nurturing and specific information at the right time. And if the parents don't get access to that and really get cracking on what they need to do, the kid might not really make great choices. Is that too long a question?
No, you cut out there for a little bit, but what I got was that you are looking to create a lead magnet around gifted children. What was the specific thing that you were looking to create?
Well, I have one. I'm going to have two books. One is for the parents and one is for the kids. The parent book I did, and I was going to do the kid book Friday. The one with the parents is how to talk to your alien children. And because the children act like aliens, like, who is this kid? They're gifted and they're sort of like me, but they're not. And how to really communicate with them, because there is a divide. There's a divide often with parents and their teens, but the divide is even more big when you have a gifted child. So I can offer that. But I sort of had a counterpoint argument with Eric, your compadre there. The ultimate goal would be to have parents pay me a decent fee to help them navigate the gifted child experience.
Yeah. So I love the idea of giving away a book. I would consider renaming it, because, like, for myself personally, I have, my daughter is, is very gifted, very smart, and sometimes has, for a while she had a little bit of social awkwardness. So she's
they all do.
But,
I do. I'm part Asperger's. I'm really not, but people think I'm Asperger's because I can be socially awkward, because I just interrupted you. But go ahead.
No,
all right.
And
all
so,
right,
but for me, and I'm guessing it was true for other parents, I don't think we would associate alien children, but if you were to recall it gifted children or difficult children, something like that, I think people would relate to that a little bit more. And then as far as turning the ebook download into an appointment, what I would do is when you offer that ebook, after they download it, on the thank you page, let them know that you're willing to hop on a call for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, etc. And then consider that call a sales presentation.
Okay.
Right? And so then you can identify their needs, give them possible solutions, and then make them an offer.
Okay, I can consider that. I've been, I've kind of been constipated, not to be gross, but, I haven't really done anything like this because it's just a stupid fear of failure. But yeah, I could do that, and really helping parents see that with my expertise, they can prevent a lot. There's a lot of issues that can happen with a gifted kid. Not to scare everybody, but there's stuff can go not great. And so
I get it. I mean, some of my biggest clients are therapists and clinicians that help families with kids that they're having a hard time connecting to, or the kid's been through a traumatic event. So I'm very familiar in selling the type of service that you're providing to families. And so just, as a marketing coach who's worked with the same type of business that you're starting and that you're running, getting the parent on the phone, listening to them, hearing them out, and then saying, hey, look, I can help you. Let's set up regular calls. Here's what that's going to look like. A lot of times, if you just listen to them, they're already identifying their needs, right? They've read the book. They know you can help them. And then you say, look, I hear you. I can help you. Let's set up regular calls. By the time that they're done venting to you about what's going on, they're usually ready to start solving the problem.
Okay, well, that's good. So I'm a little worried about ethics in that I'm not a licensed counselor, but the coaching portion, I could help somebody just to be practicable.
Yeah.
And
Well, don't worry. Don't call yourself a counselor then. Just
yeah, I won't.
say I'm a coach for parents who have gifted and difficult children, or I'm a teammate, or I mean, there's a lot of different words you can use there. And then people ask like, hey, I mean, I can almost guarantee you, Kat, that nobody that you talk to, where you are allowing them to talk to you, you're empathizing with where they're at. I doubt that any of them are going to go, Kat, where did you get your counseling degree from, or your license? Like, they're just going to go, Kat, fix it.
Okay.
So even though you're not a counselor, I don't think that is a roadblock.
Good. Okay. You've really helped me here with this. And is this being recorded?
It is.
Okay, good. So I'll review it because my auditory system kind of fails me. I don't always remember what I talk about, but that's great. That's really helpful to get me just off the springboard, like one of my favorite stories about Sonny and Cher. They're one of my favorite duos as a kid. He pushed her. She thought he was going on stage with her. Like, this is when she was a teenager. He just pushed her and he didn't go on the stage with her.
Nice.
And it got her, so I might need you to push me a little bit.
Oh, I'm here to help. So I'm pushing a lot of people into starting their own programs like this. So you and I should talk offline about how I can help serve and support you while you get this off the ground. So you're right at the cusp of launch. You just need someone like me to kind of push you a little bit over the edge, so to speak. I'll be your Sonny and you be the Cher. I'll just push you out on stage.
All right, that's good. I like that. And I'll get like a fringe outfit just to complete it.
I love it.
Thank
So, but yeah, no, you're right there. So it's all about just launching it, and then you'll be surprised at how successful this is. People are hungry for what you have to offer. It's just a matter of letting them know how you can help them, and then hopping on the call, listening, and then letting them basically sell themselves. So, because that's what's going to happen.
All right, and then pricing it, figuring out the right price point. I don't want to undervalue, overvalue, or whatever, but that would be the conversation you and I can have.
Yeah, I would say $195 a month, but we can talk about that. Awesome. Bill and Chris and Kat, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I love having you guys and just hearing what you're doing, and all the everyone moving forward. It's just exciting to me. So this is recorded. I will be posting it in the Level 10 Facebook group. If you have any other questions about how I can help support you individually, please feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.